Good morning, everybody. This is day 4 of how Northern Pass will affect Howling Hill. And it's another beautiful day. No rain. I did spend some time down in the southern part of the state last night. And on my way down, I saw a beautiful rainbow in Canterbury just before I got onto the highway. And I thought that the rainbow meant everything would be okay. I took it as a sign of hope and a sign of comfort. And then on my way home from the southern part of the state, it rained in pockets, but I don't know that we got any rain up here. Although today we're going to go over my stream in my well, and it looks higher than it did yesterday, so maybe some rain did come that I slept through the night or whatever. I'm at the bottom of my driveway and we're looking up, and there's my driveway. And this is my neighbor's house. So, the stream it doesn't actually run through our property, but it fills our well. And our well is not actually on our property either. It's deeded to us, which means that we have legal right to it. And the stream runs under my driveway. And this is my stream right here. And looking at it, I see that there's some trash in there, which means that they need to get in there and do some cleanup, because I don't particularly like having plastic in my water. But as we're walking along here, I'm walking up my driveway, we're looking to the west. The sun is just rising in the east of me, and we're headed north. And you can kind of see how dry my well stream really is. Ooh. There's some nice buds on the trees. You can see how low it is. Trying not to fall here, looking for good footing. So sorry about all the shakiness there, but you can see how slow it is, how the water's moving really slowly, how it's moving, how it's very shallow. And usually at this time of the year, you can't stand where I'm standing on this big old rock at all because it's covered. The water has risen high enough that it's gone up and over the driveway. There's just a small culvert. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a culvert that the water goes through, and it goes into the trout stream, which we'll get to in a second. So this is what feeds my well. It goes up this way. It goes up like this, and then around. And I have a dug well. I do not have an artesian. An artesian well is dug much deeper into the ground. It drills straight down into the aquifer. And a dug well is usually just a hole, and that's what I have. And I don't know that you can see it, but it's like straight ahead. It's a big cement thing. I'm gonna walk up there in a minute. And so that fills up with water, and then it's pumped up to my house. And that's what we use to, wash dishes and take showers and to drink and whatnot. So the towers that Northern Pass, PSNH, Hydro-Quebec, and Northeast Utilities want to put in will go right over my well stream. As a matter of fact, the poles that we saw yesterday go right over my well stream. And I'm concerned that these high tension wires are gonna contaminate my water and make it undrinkable for us. If we were to have to put in an artesian well, that could cost us up to or more than $10,000, which is not the kind of money that Wolf and I have hanging around. I mean, I've said it before that I'm still unemployed. We're surviving on one income, and we're doing the best we can. I often describe it as treading water in a swift-moving river with rocks tied to your dominant hand and both feet. And that's what it's like to try to survive in this economy without me working. But we do the best that we can, and having to drill an artesian well to access the aquifer down into the bedrock would be a significant cost to us, that something that we would not be able to fund at all. And I'm quite satisfied with the dug well that we have. I don't see a need to change it. So I'm not too keen on having Northern Pass put towers that are going to emit all these high EM fields that may or may not contaminate my well in the stream. And it's not just me that drinks this. It's the wolf. Not the wolf, we don't have those in this area, but the coyotes do, and the fox do, and the deer do, and that doesn't even count all the insects that live off of this water. So now I'm going to turn around and walk back. It's probably going to get shaky, so bear with me here as I kind of traverse the woods. I talked about the trout pond briefly. So the water from the stream goes under my driveway and it comes out here. Ooh, the sun's pretty bright this morning. Into this trout pond. And there's also another stream that feeds it too. You can see it. You can see the water come on out here. And usually at this time of the year, this whole trout stream is well flooded. But we've had so little rain that it's really pretty empty. And the other thing is every year we usually have a pair of mating ducks in here. I haven't seen them this year. And I don't know if that means that we don't have enough water, or they just moved on to greener pastures, or what. Here's the trout pond. That's where we just were a second ago. That's my driveway that goes that way. This is the second stream that feeds this trout pond. And you can really see how dry it is. You know, this is just from a lack of rain. This doesn't even cover the lack of snow that we had. And, you know, if this little rain has given us this little water, can you imagine damming this up? Like Hydro-Quebec has done to the Romaine River? And they dammed up the Romaine River and a number of other large rivers in Quebec. And they've deprived every organism that lives downstream of that water for hydroelectricity. And, you know, they flooded out an area that's 2/3 the size of New Hampshire. How is that a green technology? How is that a renewable technology? So, if I'm suffering now because of a lack of water through a small stream, what about all the people and all the organisms that are downstream from Hydro-Quebec that dammed up major rivers? How are they being negatively affected? So I'm going to leave you with that question, because I've already spoken for 8 minutes now. We're looking up my driveway, just so you know. I got to walk up that hill. I don't want you to listen to me get all huffy and puffy. So I'll end here. howlinghill.wordpress.com, @howlinghill on Twitter. And again, please maintain my anonymity. I do appreciate it. Have a beautiful spring day if you're above the equator, and if you're below it, have a beautiful winter day, or fall day, I should say. Take care.